Hi everyone, and welcome to today's haircut. So today we've got a bit of a special treat really. This is the time when we're actually seeing the clients come back into the chair and having a chat with us about what we've done the first time. So you may recognise Joselyn from one of our previous videos, which I think the thumbnail was soccer style. We done the haircut for you. So I'm going to ask her now what she thought about the haircut, what was good, what worked, and then what we're going to do today as well. Again, just like our regular clients come in, we get the repeat clients, they come in, do we want to change something, do we not, do we want to evolve the haircut, keep the same, let's think about those ideas. So we're going to jump right on in. So Joselyn, haircut last time, how was it?
I really liked it.
Yeah, we got a win, perfect,
Yeah.
love that win straight away, look at that. So anything you like, what did you like about it, what did you like, did anything work, not work, was there any positive bits, bad bits, what?
I don't think there was really anything wrong with it. I liked it a lot. I think that now I would want to go shorter, but that's just because I liked the way it was before, and I think I can do more with it. But I like
shorter in the length of the back, shorter sort of
like
around
the face.
Yeah,
I kind of want to keep my length now.
Excellent.
But like do shorter face framing, and I really like the layers that are like down in here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't have to style my hair. I don't usually use like heat or anything in my hair, and it still like looked really good. It like gave me movement in the front, so I like that. But yeah.
Excellent. So I mean, that's obviously a great win. Some of the key things there, we loved how it went. It's been what, 2 months, 8 weeks, maybe more. Was it February?
Yeah, I think it was February.
About February time. So again, we're now what month are we now? June, end of mid-June. So again, a good few months. So to know that we've had a haircut which has lasted that long and still sort of looks good and still works, we know we hit the nail on the head and done a beautiful haircut for us, which is going to work. Now we want to keep the length. That's great. And I think the last time we've done a nice sort of clean one length, and you can still see that structure still sits there with the fine hair. We can see it's grown out a little bit just through the ends. So taking an inch or so off, if you will, Matt, you're coming in, zoom in on here. You can see just as the grow out sort of got a bit weaker, taking just about an inch off is all we really need to do to get the hair back to a really nice solid shape. So for me, I think that's going to be a good sort of length to take things back if we want to keep it one length still nice and strong. But then where we've got the extra length, because we've got another 3 or 4 months of growth, we can really start to expand on that, accentuating the layers more around the face, more sort of through here, and get a bit more movement happening because we have more length to work on, which is going to be really fun. So we're going to do sort of a similar haircut than we've done last time, I feel. But do you want any more layers internally, anything, or just literally completely around the face?
I think I could do more layers kind of all around. Not too much though, like I don't want it to be like super layering, but like just light.
Your hair won't handle super layering, so it won't go, so it's fine. You're safe hands that would be there. So one thing, when I've just moved the hair now in the front, and this is one thing I really love to focus on in the consultation. Consultations for me are the biggest factor is, how does the client do the hair? What does their hair look like? And having that thickness is really, really key. As we just said, a lot of layers is going to be too much. If we start to layer the back a lot, we are going to lose that one layer, kind of feel that density. So I do want to keep that. But what I want to really start to do is layer a bit more around the side of the face here. This way it's going to get a bit more width to it. It's going to start to layer this area here. So we can start to see more movement happening, not just in the initial front area of the haircut, but more around the sides. And for me, that's what I really want to start to see. So when I go through and do the technique that I've done before around the front here, I'm going to start to incorporate it further towards the ear. Not go too much past, but maybe a little bit I'll see as I go to work on. And I just start to see more movement happening. So really sort of taking the idea that we've done before, but just taking it to the next level, evolving it just a little bit. We don't want to go too crazy, do a full haircut, because that's not really suitable for my client. What is suitable is just taking it to another level, giving it a bit more energy and a bit more shape. So again, for me, simplicity is key. Simple, effortless results. Something where Joselyn doesn't have to style the hair a lot. She can just literally wake up, put some product in, blow dry a little bit, blast dry, walk out, and the hair is done. That for me is the key thing for clients. The less they have to do to recreate the hair at home for themselves, the better I feel my haircut was, the more suitable it's for the client. So we're going to get shampooed. We're going to come back and we're going to start that process. So let's go. Let's jump right in. Let's go do it. Come on over. So as you can see, we've washed the hair, we've combed it all through, ready to do the haircut. I've sectioned off in just a very simple section pad, a little radial parting from the top of the head down to the top of the ear. Subdividing the length I want at the back to the length and to the shape I want through the front. So through the back area, it's going to be nice and simple. We're going to work a nice, very clean one length. Work with a profile, diagonal forwards, comb down, cut square. Keep it really clean, really efficient, and really effective. And when I come back, I'll talk more about the details in the front. So as we can see, one length complete, everything was nice and clean, nice and smooth. The biggest thing I focused on was actually combing the hair in the direction the roots go. When you're working with a one length or you're working around root patterns, always focus by going with the growth. Because again, if we're combing against it, so like if the middle section here wants to be combed to the side, or wants to grow to the side, and I'm combing it straight back, when it dries naturally, it's going to want to kick in that direction. So always focus on a very strong understanding of the root growth. You can comb with it to get a nice clean solid line. It'll make the haircut so much easier when the client restyles their hair at home. So one length is done, very happy with that. Now we're going to move on to the front. With Joselyn's hair, I know I want to take this area a little bit shorter around the face, and I want to put a lot more layers in through this area. We are quite fine as we can see the density, but I'm going to go through and section off into a couple of sections, and each one's going to be cut the same way, but with a different feel to it. So I start to put internal layers into the shape through the front and not just external layers through the initial front hairline. So as we come back, we're going to work slight diagonal back sections, making sure that the section itself is roughly the same thickness all the way through. That's going to be key for me to work this technique. I'm going to comb this forward, and we're going to comb the hair down. We're going to condense everything together. And I might put a little fringe, a bit detailed in later, but I'm going to see as we go through. I'm going to condense all of the hair together. As you can see, I'm condensing that nice and flat as I bring it into each other. I'm working now with the curved scissors from Kevin Murphy. You start to see the nice curved blade. This allows me to get a bit more movement into the hair all the way through, which is really fun. I'm going to go through and remove some hair, and then I'm going to work through and cut up again deeper into the hair. So you can start to see instantly when I cut up into the hair starts to kick away. It just gives me more shape. I'm going to start to comb down, cut up again. I'm cutting the full length of the blade, so a good sort of 4 or 5 inches up into the hair, removing the extra length of hair, throwing it out of the way, making sure it's nice and condensed, and continuing to cut all the way up. This is key. I don't want to cut across too much. I want to cut up vertically as much as possible, so I'm keeping long trestles of shape happening towards the front. Working down, coming through the front, all the way until we reach my perimeter. So last section here. There we go. So as we can see now, we've done our first section, second section, third section. When I comb the hair all down, let me get rid of that hair. When I comb the hair all down now, I start to actually see layers all the way through this section. So they're very soft, they're very light, they're very seamless, they're going to blend really well. But what's going to really happen is when I start to dry that and that starts to move, you can really start to see the expansion of layers over the top of this hair as well as through the front as well. So the layers are in place. We've gone through and layered through the front. I can really start to see that breakdown of what's happening within the layering pattern themselves. So I know when I go to dry that, I'm going to really start to see all of the separation happening that I've created internally. And that's quite hard to see now on the fine hair, but when we dry, I can see it's going to give a really nice bit of body and volume to it. So we're going to go through, we're going to apply a nice little blow dry lotion, just to give a little bit of volume, maybe some anti-gravity spray from Kevin Murphy. And just work a nice light blow dry, give a little bit of lift around the face, again, promote the shape with a little bit of lift away from the root hair at the front, just to expose those layers. So we're going to go through, do a very nice blow dry, and I'll see you when we finish drying. Great product, really good for light volume, does a lot on wet and dry hair as well. So it's one that as we go through the spray, just give it a nice light spray way through. You can build up a bit more if you want to, working with some layering. Again, put it on, dry it, put it on again to build up some strength and structure. But at the moment with Joselyn's hair, we don't need to. You know, it's honestly just going to be the perfect amount of product for her hair tonight. Blow dries in place, just gone through with a little sort of soft curl to it. Just work with the brush, no heated appliance, just wanted to be a little bit softer. We're going to go through and check the baseline at the back now, and then we'll go through and brush it out and just check all the details around front, see if we need to cut into it anywhere, soften any areas, or just really perfect it for Joselyn today. So come on over and let's have a look at the graduation. And just removing any graduation that I feel is too prominent. I'm not trying to cut the length off or cut too close, because again I want that softness in there as well. So nice and strong. All of these layers, all of this movement is really becoming a bit more sort of apparent. You can start to see all of that texture happening all the way through, even on the sides. And it's not just now through the front, we've got a lot more going on, which again becomes really fun for Joselyn to work with. Most important person in the room, Joselyn, how's that feel?
I like it a lot.
You like it? You like the extra layers, you like the sort of shape, just to move into it,
Mm-hmm.
get off the face a little bit. So it's really nice. So, perfect. So, cut in place. Again, we don't want to go through and keep texturizing, keep working through with extra sort of separation. We have enough in there already. Hair being fine, the more we cut into it, the softer it becomes, the weaker, fluffier it becomes. I think we've cut enough in there that's actually looking really good. So all I want to go through to do now is just put a little bit of product in, scrunch it through, enhance that little bit of wave to it, get a little bit of movement to it, and then finish. So product choice I'm going to use today will be a product called Do Over, again from Kevin Murphy. This is going to be a beautiful product to give a little bit extra lift, a little bit of hold to it, and just enough to give me a bit more thickness in these areas. So I'm going to grab that product and give it a little spray. As I was saying, using a bit of do-over, I love this product just for that extra sort of lift that it gives to the hair, a little bit of fullness to it. Really, really good shake. You went through just pumping it through. I don't want to go through and do continuous sprays. It does get a little bit clogged that way, so just a little bit of lift to it. And here we go, a finished look for Joselyn today. So the biggest thing about this haircut was keeping it simple. The simpler it is, the better the result, the easier it is for Joselyn to recreate the look at home. What we did do different from last time was we just took the layering, rather than just working down the initial hairline itself, we took it a couple of sections internally, allowing for more layers and more movement around the sides and around the front of the face. So just putting a little extra twist to it, giving Joselyn that little bit more, which has been really fun. Use some great products in the anti-gravity spray and the do-over just to really get a good shape, and then the curved scissors just for a little bit of extra texture as well. Again, all from Kevin Murphy, so reach out to them and find the good products. Don't like that, I'm not going to do that. So just using some great products from the brand Kevin Murphy today to create the look, which has been really fun to do. So I hope you like it, I hope you like the content, I hope you like all of the techniques on how we've done the look today. Please do the great thing of like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care everyone, bye bye.